welcome to Jewish News TV. Making news this week. A poll by the Lowy Institute indicated that Australians see nuclear Iran as a threat. 3/4 of the people interviewed said they do not trust Iran at all to act responsibly. News editor Naomi Levine in Melbourne tells us more.
Thanks, Lexi. The Lowy Institute poll asked whether respondents favoured diplomatic negotiations, economic sanctions or military means to prevent Iran from continuing to develop nuclear weapons. Most people, 85%, favoured diplomacy, and just over half thought economic sanctions such as trade bans were acceptable. Only a third of respondents thought a military response, such as that floated by the Israeli government, was a good idea. Back to you, Lexi.
Thanks, Naomi. Also making news, another of Sydney's kosher restaurants announced it was closing down. Tibby's at the Hakoah Club will shut when the club vacates its Bondi premises. Owner 80-year-old Tibby Ganat, who has been cooking for the Jewish community for 48 years, said it is the end of an era, but added that he was looking forward to a change in pace.
I'm sorry for the people. We served them for nearly 50 years, and everything has to come to an end one day. Because 69 years in the kitchen is a long time. Looking forward to more time for the family.
In arts news, legendary director Woody Allen's latest movie, Whatever Works, is out in theatres across the country. Here to tell us more is film reviewer Adam Camion.
Woody Allen's back, and he's brought the cavalry with Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm creator Larry David starring in his latest film, Whatever Works.
Let me tell you right off, okay? I'm not a likable guy.
Checkmate, you little putzer.
Hey!
I was considered for a Nobel Prize in Physics. I didn't get it.
Mom, that man's talking to himself.
Come on, Justin.
This is not the feel-good movie of the year. So if you're one of those idiots who needs to feel good, go get yourself a foot massage.
Mostly, Whatever Works, well, works. And while it does take a while to get going, once it hits its straps, there are some vintage Woody moments.
Thanks, Adam. And there's no shortage of Jewish films hitting theatres next month. The Festival of Jewish Cinema will celebrate its 20th anniversary with a program of past favourites alongside the best new features and documentaries. It opens in Sydney on November 11 and in Melbourne on November 12. And you can find out more at jewishfilmfestival.com.au. We now cross to Mikey Wakerman for the Sports Roundup.
Thanks, Lexi. A host of Jewish sportsmen and women competed against 28,000 participants in the World Masters Games in Sydney last week, scooping a number of medals. Roseanne Green claimed the gold medal for the 21-metre canoe marathon. Australian Jewish lawn bowlers Gerald Weinberg and Arnold Javan won gold at the Birrong Bowling Club in the 60 and over age group. In the squash competition, Ian Katz won the men's 45 to 50 division B comp. Master swimmer Jorian Katzel claimed silver in the 200-metre butterfly at Sydney Olympic Park and bronze in the 400-metre individual medley. In other competition, the Maccabi Masters football side finished its campaign in 4th spot, losing the bronze match 1-0 to Canadian Lads Calgary. Also in sports news, the Eastern Suburbs Touch Football Association's bumper summer competition kicks off next week. The Jewish community has 2 sides in the district's top men's and mixed leagues, so we'll be tracking their progress. That's what's making sports headlines. Back to you, Lexi.
Thanks, Mikey. Now to Schmooze. And if you haven't heard of Oren Peli, you soon will. The Israeli filmmaker is making waves in Hollywood with his low-budget film Paranormal Activity. Originally acquired by Steven Spielberg's DreamWorks for the sole purpose of remaking it, the film was eventually released in its original form and has been a big hit at the US box office. And coming up next week, we will speak to the winner of the Jewish Community Council of Victoria's prestigious John Monash Award, which will be presented at Monash University next month. For all these stories and more, check out the Australian Jewish News, available every Thursday at your local newsagent. And log on to jewishnews.net.au for all the latest in news and views in the Jewish world. Thanks for joining us. I'm Lexi Landsman, and this is Jewish News TV.